Hello, and I'd like to welcome you all once again to the old schoolhouse here in the hamlet of Butterstone in Perthshire in Scotland for this another one of our wee live concerts. And this is number 47, which, is it 47? Yeah, I can't believe it's 47. Anyway, it's at number 47. And we're in the old school, the old village school that I went to as a wee boy. And my father went to school here in the 1930s. And I've made all my records here over the last 30-odd years. And first of all, I'd love to thank all the folk that bought tickets to our Saturday special concert last weekend, which was brilliant. I mean, I was thrilled the way that it went. It was pretty frantic here in Butterstone because we completely new system that we were using, and everything was new. The computers were new, and everything was new, and so it was a very manic hour. And there were a couple of wee teething problems, but Jamie and I have been working hard all week, sort of to iron them all out. And now it's, I think we've got everything sorted out, and we'll put some better maybe explanation up to. On the internet as to the ticket thing, because it was a wee bit kind of weird for people, but it's not that difficult once you understand how it works. Anyway, but it was great, and it was nice to get the kind of support from all the folk that have been with us for the last 4 months or so, and it just kind of keeps the wheels of Butterstone oiled, and like I said on my Facebook page, the tatty faces have all been into Blairgowrie shopping because they got wages. And I can hardly stand on the stage here tonight for the smell of aftershave and kind of perfume and hair lacquer and things like that. They've never been. And they arrived back with this huge kind of ghetto blaster, boombox thing. I don't know where they got it. It must have got it in a junk shop somewhere. Anyway, it's been getting played continuously out in my shed, and the whole place is kind of the vibes changed, Anyway, so I'll start off with this wee song of mine, which is an older song, and I thought I get a lot of requests, and so we're kind of working our way through them. And but this is really old, so I'll try and remember it. If it goes pear-shaped in the middle, it's just because. Having a senior moment. He is the farmer, and he turns our tired soil, and watches as the water once so cool brought up to the boil. His tired eyes from relentless seasons burn, and hold him to his every word, and all the things still left undone. Now there's another page, another story. Look now, there's another reason why it's hard to rest in peace. He is the sailor, and he rows on 7 seas. He knows he won't let go till the storm has brought him to his knees. He'll keep on searching until all the shoals have gone. There's not one single dream that he can sail his ship upon. Look now, there's another page, another story. Look now, there's another reason why it's hard to rest in peace. honest man, and we all know how he's been. We all know his story, and we've seen it on the silver screen. And though his wisdom, oh, we barely tried to save, his memory will haunt us, and it will haunt us to the grave. Look now, there's another page, another story. Look now, there's another reason why it's hard to rest in peace. Look now, there's another page, another story. Look now, there's another reason why it's hard to rest in peace. Thank you very much, and that's my wee song, Another Story, and it's an old song of mine, and I'm actually quite surprised that I managed to get through it without forgetting. I think I forgot one wee word. I got it really kind of mixed up. So I'm going to change guitars now and do this wee song. We've crowded up here tonight, and this song I'm just going to get this. I do some work for a wonderful organisation called Nordoff Robbins, and they're a charity that are involved with kind of music therapy, and it's a wonderful charity, and there's a lot of great things, and there's a lot of great things for music in Scotland, and it's not a Scottish organisation, but they organise kind of music award ceremonies and things like that. You know, keeps everything kind of vibrant. And but I was very privileged to be invited down to one of their hospices down in one of the hospices that get supported by Nordoff Robbins down in Kinross. It was called Rachel House. And I was very privileged to be able to spend, and this was for terminally ill children. And I was very privileged to be able to sit in one of the music therapy sessions, and it's really brilliant. I mean, I've always believed that music was kind of magic, you know, and through this whole kind of crazy COVID thing, you can tell that it is as well. But I'd always believed it, but I didn't really understand it until I'd been in this music therapy session, and they brought this wee girl in who was obviously really, really ill, and she had tubes and pipes, and she was in a chair, and her head was being held by a thing, and she had this kind of very vague look on her face, and the music therapist just started playing the piano and singing the wee girl's name, you know, and all of a sudden the wee girl's face completely changed, and she started putting her hands out and trying to kind of catch the music, as I thought, because it was such a beautiful kind of thing to see. And it was like she was trying to catch the music, and all of a sudden her face kind of completely changed, and from what was nothing there. So I wrote this song, and I would. Oh yeah, and I remember there was another wee guy. He was a funny wee guy, and it was lovely. He was running around outside playing football, and he had his, I think it must have been his kind of, it was an oxygen thing or a life support thing in a shopping trolley, and he was playing football with the staff, and it was lovely to see that even in the really sort of sad times, the staff were doing brilliant things with these kids. Anyway, I wrote this wee song after it because it was it was quite it was quite, yeah, it was amazing, just amazing. So we'll try and see how we got on. And she plays a little tune, it sings around the room, it dances through the air, it sparkles everywhere. A simple melody, gentle harmony, a door will open wide, and you will run outside, oh, and you will fly away. For a moment freed from one more endless day. Oh, you hold out your hand to show you understand, to try and catch the light that's burning oh so bright, the blinking of an eye, so many reasons why. It's a gift from those who care. It can take you anywhere. Oh, and you will fly away. For a moment freed from one more endless day. And time releases all, the great and mighty fall, and fortune fills the skies with magical surprise. A simple melody, a gentle harmony, it's a gift from those who care. It can take us anywhere, oh, and we will fly away. For a moment freed from one more endless day. Oh, and we will fly away. For a moment freed from one more endless day. And thank you very much. That's my wee song called The Gift. And that's for any of you out there that are watching that might be music therapists. You know, well done to you all. It's a wonderful thing to share. And it's really amazing magic. This is the wee part of the show where I do a wee song with a chorus. And before I do that, I'm going to show you something very quietly, so that the folk behind me don't hear. But today I actually got my first boiling of potatoes from my potato patch. They're a wee bit wee, but it's my first boiling. So I'm fair excited. I want them to. Anyway, so this song is. What guitar am I playing? Yeah, this one here. And this song's got an easy chorus, and it kind of fits in with the kind of theme of this wee Saturday night wee concert. And the quality, the shows that we do, the wee Saturday specials, they're in proper high definition. So you might notice the difference in quality tonight. But the Saturday ones, the ones that are ticketed, we kick the quality right up because of the system that we're using. So. And my apologies for that, but this chorus is easy to sing. You sing, rescue me, on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. And I wrote the song. I have a friend who used to have a farm just down, actually down where my son and that lived down in Erntully. And And he was confiding in me that he wanted to kind of look after the fields like his grandfather had done, his great-grandfather. They had the farm for a number of generations. But was finding that, that with modern farming, he was having to put so much chemicals in, because the fields were actually, he was telling me the fields were actually dead. And if they didn't put the chemicals in and the fertilizers in, they really couldn't grow very much, because the land had been kind of so sort of used up in the last number of years with the kind of intensive farming. And he wished that he could look after the land like his grandfather had done. And he used to go and climb mountains to get away from it all. And I have a story that I normally tell, but I'm not going to tell it, because I've told it that many times that you could probably tell it yourselves. But we'll sing the song. So you sing, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. And make a wee bit of noise with this. We're going to get some notes from the tatty faces here. This is... You ready, Mr. Tatty Face? Yeah. The 5-part harmony that they've become famous for now. Old layers of time buried the ways the others have grown, and though sturdy and strong, his eyes open wide with each new unknown. And though it's for the air that we scream in the night, servant of the seasons and the morning's early light. The troubled one, he says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. That's what you sang when we try it. Yeah, guys, we're good. So here we go. He says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. And see these guilty hands that envenom the soil, take the life from his fields. Oh, but now these book-reddened eyes have discovered the truth and what it conceals. And though it's for the air that he screams in the night, he's a servant of the seasons and the morning's early light. And the troubled one, he says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. Make a bit of noise. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. So the plough it will turn, and our hearts they will burn, for sair work's nae easy. But oh, the circle stone, this buzzard died, and this great unknown, what goes on and on into the distance of time. And though it's for the earth we scream in the night, we are servants of the seasons and the morning's early light. And the troubled ones, they say, rescue me. They say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. They say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. They say, rescue me. And this is where you sing it on your own. Are you all ready? Here we go. They say, they say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. They say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. They say, rescue. Thank you very much. That was my song, Rescue Me, and the singing was fantastic as always. And we were getting the vibe here in the old schoolhouse. I mean, I just think it's quite amazing. I have to kind of give myself a shake now and again, thinking that there are probably, people singing this in Florida and Melbourne and Hamburg and Blairgowrie and Ochtermochty and New Zealand, all singing at the same time, which is brilliant. It's a brilliant thing that modern technology is allowing us to do. And so yeah, and on the new one, I've actually been working, Jamie and I, on putting a wee chat thing onto because it doesn't work the same way as this one does, but we're putting a wee chat onto it so that when you're watching it, if you buy tickets, you can have a wee chat with everybody else, because part of the fun of all this is the community that it's built over the last 3 or 4 months of people from all over the place that are all kind of tuning into our wee shows here. So I'm going to finish off now with this wee song, and in fact this has got a chorus as well. You could not that guitar, not that guitar, this guitar. For guitar players out there, I use different tunings. That last song was in a D tuning, and this guitar's tuned to C, and it just makes it a wee bit easier if I've got two or three guitars that I can put into the actual tunings. It saves me having to tune them. Mr. Tattyface only plays in normal, and he's quite aloof about it. He says he thinks that playing in open tunings is cheating, really, and that you should be able to get the same sound out of a normal tuned guitar. But he is a bit of an expert, so anyway, we'll do this wee song, and this is This wee song, actually, there's a wee bit that you can sing in this as well. You can probably, because normally, when I used to do this, I used to do this with a fiddle player, and there was a wee kind of fiddle part that I used to play. But we don't have a fiddle player. The young tatty face is playing the fiddle, but she's not quite ready for the stage yet. It's a bit scrapey. But you can do the fiddle part and help us out with that. And, it's a wee song about somehow, but some people just end up being sort of casualties of life for not for their own fault or just the way things work out for them. And this wee song was written from that place. And so this is the fiddle bit that you sing. Okay, move on. Da 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 da. Frog in my throat. Da 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 da. No, now it doesn't repeat that bit. That doesn't repeat. I know that much as I appreciate your enthusiasm for trying to sing along, but the second bit's a wee bit different. To concentrate for a few minutes. Here we go. Da 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 da. Listen. Da 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 da. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Da da da. Speak your mind, she said, but there are words best left alone. Try to be kind, she said, for there's no grace in doing wrong. When you're standing on your highest hill and you shout but no one hears, you can fall but you must not lie down. You can fall but you must not lie. I know you're lost in the deep of the fiddle's sweet sound. Oh, you can fall, but you must not lie down. Pull in your tired wings. Oh, there's no need to know it all. Listen how the silence sings. Now's the time for standing tall. And when you're standing on your highest hill and you shout but no one hears, you can fall, but you must not lie down. You can fall, but you must not lie down. I know you're lost in the deep of the fiddle's sweet sound. Oh, you can fall, you must not lie down. Da 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 da. Dream on, little one. There are flowers in your hair. See what the time's done. It's scattered diamonds everywhere. And when you're standing on your highest hill, you shout but no one hears. You can fall, but you must not lie down. You can fall, but you must not lie down. I know you're lost in the deep of the fiddle's sweet sound. Oh, you can fall, but you must not lie down. You can sing that with me if you wanted. You can fall, but you must not lie down. You can fall, you must not lie down. I know you're lost in the deep of the fiddle's sweet sound. Oh, you can fall, but you must not lie down. Da-da-da. Da 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 da. Thank you very much. That's my wee song, Not Lie Down. And that brings us to the end of our wee half-hour Saturday show. I'll be tickling my throat. My throat's just going to have a wee mouthful of my... I've got a wee... That's my medicine. I have a wee mouthful of my medicine. And, yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. I always like to, at this stage of the thing, just keep thanking all the people that are out there working for us in these crazy times. It seems to be a bit of a kind of up and down and up and down and at the moment. So it's all we've all got to just kind of stay cheery and look after each other and, you know, keep all the rules working for each other so that we're all feeling good. And well done to all the folk that are out there working, all the NHS folk, all the helpers, all the people who are still kind of at the sharp end of what's going on here. We wouldn't be able to kind of have these kind of lives if there weren't sort of other people out there kind of risking themselves and for our benefit. So thanks so much. In fact, I got a lovely gift this week from San Jose in America of some T-shirts from the fire department there. Of some, I can't remember the name of I should have got the name of the people that sent it to me, but I'm now the proud owner of a San Jose fire department T-shirt. And well done, guys. You know, because. You're at that sharp end as well. So anyway, thanks very much. We'll probably do another free show next Saturday. But the tickets for the new pay one, because I've been out on my bike doing more videos and things. I'm really enjoying the whole process of. It gives me a great reason to get out on my bike with my wee trailer or my old Land Rover and go and visit parts of Perthshire, which and just kind of fill in the gaps for you all on the story of this wonderful place and my crazy family and. So that'll come. That'll be happening. We'll put the tickets for sale for that probably up on Monday. But we hope you all enjoyed it. And just before I go, I'm going to just briefly mention about the tickets that we've been selling, because a lot of people had problems with the fact that it's a two-part authentication thing. Sometimes, if you buy just to stop kind of fraud and for security, if you move from one machine to another machine, or you move, you have to kind of an email is sent to you just to prove that that it's you that bought the ticket, and that you're on another machine. Sometimes you get that with your bank and that as well. Sometimes so. So that's all that is. And you just keep your emails kind of. But the problem was the last time I forgot to change the email on the system so that it showed that it was coming from us, and it looked like it was a weird email. So a lot of people had problems with that. But well, not a lot of people, but there were a few people had problems with that. But I'm going to make better instructions for you all, and it'll go a lot smoother the next time. And there was something else I was going to say before we finished up. Yeah, and. So we'll put the tickets for sale on Monday, but I'll see you all next week for another free one. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've still got a wee stock of 1985 Nigel's Port here. So good night. You all take care look after each other, and stay cheery. And thanks once again. And we'll see you next week. Bye bye.